Hey, good morning, Hey, or evening, or whatever. Hey, I just wanted to kind of go against my normal gym rant of things left in the parking lot and the way people dress and all that other crap. And I want to talk about a little bit about competition. Where's our sense of competition and self-improvement gone? I really think it's kind of spiraling, down the circular drain, so to speak. It's like if you're a professional and you're at the top of your game, wouldn't you want to be tested? I mean, honestly, I remember a time when I was a young Marine and I was out on a qualification course on Okinawa. Now, those of you who's been to Okinawa in that area of the world knows that the wind and the rain and the typhoons and storm conditions can be pretty erratic. And the winds can get up there. Now they have different categories, typhoon or tropical storm or all these other crap. Well, the base, the military, the society, the community over there doesn't shut down until it's classified as a typhoon. Yeah, so here I was, a young Marine, always pounding my chest and going, yeah, I'm a good shot. I'm a good shot with a rifle. I qualify expert every day. Every time I go out to qualify, I qualify expert because I earned it. I'm smart. I'm good. I find myself on the range during one of these storms, and they weren't calling the rain. They were not calling the range. They weren't stopping training. It was qual day, and it was time. And I started getting into that American slump. Oh, how come the conditions can't be perfect? How come there has to be wind, and I'm on a known distance course, and I want the targets to stay still, and all the things that would make you earn an accolade that maybe you're not really ready for, right? So I realized at some point during the early stages of this qual day, you know what? These guys are not going to call this range. It's going to go. So I went and thought to myself, all right, Marine Corps Sergeant Brewer, you claim to be expert. You claim to be the master of your mind and the gun. This is the time to test that theory. All right? If I could get expert under those conditions, then I can wear that badge with pride because I earned it. Yeah. So I went to the range with a whole different attitude. I went down range and I watched the wind and I watched the rain and I was getting soaked and I was getting drenched and the targets were getting soaked and they were jiggling a little bit. And you know what? I sat there and I just kind of went into my zen, and through that whole course of fire, I thought to myself, if I earn expert here, I deserve it. And guess what? I earned expert. It wasn't the highest score I ever earned, but then again, those weren't the best conditions I've ever fired in either. I earned it. Later on, probably a couple of years later, I remember watching. I don't watch golf, honestly. It's a very tactical game, and I really like it. I enjoy playing it, but in reality, to watch even a big, popular, professional golf game, match, whatever, I just can't sit through it. So here's the deal: is I'm watching this, and this storm came in, and this was the highest level. And all of a sudden, all these professionals that claim to be the best in their game started complaining. Well, we don't want to play when the wind is blowing. We don't want to play when it's raining. And we don't want to play when the conditions are the way they are. We want perfect conditions. That way, we can do a good game. And I thought to myself, isn't that what you did years ago on that rifle range? Only the good thing is the Marine Corps doesn't care about your feelings. They don't care about how much money you make. They're like, suck it up, devil dog, and go to work. And that's what I did. It amazes me even today when I see professional athletes try to squeeze out of the element in which they are supposed to be part of into another element or arena that they know they can shine. And they call themselves professionals. And they call themselves at the top of their game. You know what? In the NBA, and I can't remember his name, I apologize, but I just loved watching this guy work. He was 5'6" tall. And that guy could play some basketball. He didn't say, well, if I was taller, maybe I'd do surgery so I can keep up, so I can play the best game. He played the best game at what he had. And you know what? He did phenomenal. And so where is our sense of accomplishment? Where did we go? Now all of a sudden, we only want to compete and show off our skills when the arena is perfect, when the weather is perfect, when there's no rain and there's no interference. You ever stop and thought to yourself, maybe if you're an expert in your field, wouldn't you want the elements to work against you so that you can prove to yourself and everyone else how good you really are? Military, they say a few sayings. They say, if it ain't raining, we ain't training. You know what? Sometimes it's cold, it's miserable, but the fight has to go on. And if you are at the top of your field, at the top of your skill, at the top of your game, and you claim expert status, then guess what? The world isn't perfect, and the game court or field is not perfect. You should want those challenges. You should want those wins and those rains and those adverse conditions so that you can prove to yourself and everyone else that you are the shit that you talk. Because I got no respect for somebody who says, I'm the best there ever was. Look at my scores. And I look at it and say, sunny day, sunny day, sunny day, sunny day. Where was your challenges? I understand every game has a challenge, but where's your challenges? Where have you proven yourself in adverse conditions? See, those guys, those people who are at the top of their game and in their adverse conditions rise to the top still, those are the people you want to pay homage to. Those are the people you want to idolize. Not the people who cry about, well, the referee made a bad call, which caused me to be a bad player. Or any other thing in this world right now that, well, I couldn't make number one here, so I'm going to switch a couple of things, jump into the rhetoric and switch over here. Now I'm the best. So now I can truly say I'm the best. No, you're not. You're not the best. Come on. I'm 5'6" tall and over 200 pounds. I can lift. I can lift my weight plus 10% at least. But you know what? I don't test myself. But if somebody comes to me and says, can you do it? Let's see. I'd get down on that bench and I'd try it. Because what the heck else, what am I going to do? If I'm going to talk shit about it, I want to prove it. You say, well, you know what? We're not going to add on this and this and this. No, screw that. You either can do it or you can't do it. And if you're working towards it, that's great. But stop being a bunch of wusses. Just if you're at the top of your game or you want to climb that ladder, use what God gave you and advance. All right? Don't try to cut corners. It's not worth it, believe me. I've tried to cut corners before in the past. Never works out really well. You can't look yourself in the mirror and say you're the best. No, I didn't really earn this. Keep that in mind. We all are good at something. Be the best you can be at that. And it doesn't matter what anybody else does, but the perfect day to prove your perfect status doesn't prove shit.